Episode 2 takes us to the small city of Quincy, Illinois, where it sits on the western edge of the state alongside the Mississippi River, separating it from Missouri. A recent census taking of a couple years ago indicates that there's about a little over 41,000 people living in Quincy. The arrow on the map points to Quincy. You can readily see the distance one must travel from Chicago to get there. A travel time of about 5 hours is possible if you take Interstate 55 down to 72 and come back up around to Quincy. This lower screen detail map points to the location of the current synagogue, B'nai Shalom, on the western side of town, very close to the Mississippi River. So let's take a look at this historic edifice, which is claimed to be the oldest in Illinois and possibly the second oldest continuously used west of the Allegheny Mountains. We introduced the building with a long shot. Because of the tree branches in the way, it is practically impossible to see the artwork higher up on the building. The close-up of the stone relief of what appears to look like an open book seems to have Hebrew letters that inscribe an expanded version of the Ten Commandments. In the mid-1840s, several German-born Jews who had practiced mercantilism decided to settle down in Quincy. By 1849, there were enough to hold services. By the late 1850s, there were more than 30 families worshiping at Congregation B'nai Abraham with a traditional service. They even were able to afford a shochet, or someone to ensure that there was always kosher meat available. Not only was there a problem with philosophical differences among citizens in border states, but because of its location along the Mississippi River and across from Missouri, congregational members argued about the issue of secession. This eventually led to a split by 1864, where members left the synagogue and started their own congregation. The building that you see here was dedicated in 1870, and by 1872, both congregations merged together into this building. The Reformed practice of service was adopted, and there are about 65 members. As with other Reformed temples, services are held every other Friday night. Due to the fact that there is no air conditioning in the building, there are no services during the summer. Thank you for taking this trip with us through Quincy, Illinois' Jewish contingency. Look for upcoming episodes of the synagogues of other towns in Illinois. Hope to see you soon.